So I just wanted to jump on because a couple of ladies that I've been speaking to, and the same goes for men as well, they seem to struggle with confidence, or they seem to think they're lacking in confidence, which is stopping them from doing the things that they want to do. And I've fallen guilty to that myself. As somebody who's trying to put my name out there through social media, it's really quite daunting, but we're the only ones that are stopping ourselves from doing what we want to do. If you're somebody that's looking to change what your body looks like, then it has to come down to you doing what you need to do in order to help you get to your end goal. You've got to have an idea of what you want your outcomes to be. You've got to have an idea of what your day-to-day needs to look like and the choices that you should be making to get to where you see yourself in the future. For ladies and men, again, body image seems to play a huge part in why you choose to exercise. We get hung up on what a body part looks like. We fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to other people. And we worry about what others are going to say to us. And I think when we peel back the layers and question why we want to look a certain way, why we want to improve our tummies, our legs, why we want bigger arms, ultimately it's going to come down to, one, you want to feel confident about your body. You want to feel good when you're naked or half dressed, and you want other people to find you attractive as well. Now, as much as, again, I train to look a certain way, I train to fit well into my clothes, but more importantly, I love how exercise makes me feel. I've struggled in the past with confidence, self-belief, self-worth. I've allowed another person to knock me down, and it's something that would always play on my mind. For those that follow me personally on social media, you would have seen that I shared a screenshot of a text message that I'd got from the father of my two children. And in the past, and I'm going back as little as a year, that would bug me. That would make me anxious. It would stress me out. I would end up crying and my mood would dip. And yet I've learned, thanks to people like Shift Adapt and Andrew Huberman, that we're in control of what we think. We're in control of the choices that we make. We're in control of the stress that we feel. And it comes down to just knowing how you can get back that control. It doesn't matter what other people say about me, and it doesn't matter what my ex-partner thinks of me. If he believes that I'm an inconvenience to his life and that I do not care, there's nothing that I will ever be able to do to change his mind. And to be honest, I don't need to change his mind, because I'm their mum and he's their dad, and he can do what he pleases, but the proof is in how I raise my children, how I get them to interact with other people, their manners, how they treat their family home, how they treat their siblings, how they treat their friends. How we do that is different to anybody else. And so I think it's really important, as we all start getting ready to live in the big wide world, that what other people doesn't matter. What other people think doesn't matter. At some point in your life, you have to stop thinking about what somebody's going to think about you, what somebody may say about you. You've got to stop thinking about what somebody may think about how you dress, the shoes that you wear, the relationships that you get in, the friends that you have, because it has to align with your life. It has to align with your wants, your needs, and it has to make you happy. A lot of the time, people want to lose fat because they feel miserable. It's making them get depressed. It causes anxiety around what foods to eat, how many calories they need to eat, and they almost sabotage their own efforts, because when they do choose, they choose to eat because of how they feel and in response to something or someone, rather than what they actually need and whether it's going to help them achieve their goals. When it comes to exercise, I see a lot of people pushing for bigger numbers. They're pushing to get a faster time. They're pushing to be better than somebody else that is in the same group as them or in the gym at the same time as them. And it doesn't matter. You are not these people. You cannot compare your life to my own. You cannot compare your life to the people that are around you, because your experiences, your thoughts, your feelings are always going to be different. And if you want to change it, then you have to really give yourself time to think about what you want your future and your future self to look like. If that's exactly how you are right now, then you don't need to do anything differently, because you're exactly where you want to be. But if it's different, and it's completely different, and you literally need to turn your life around, then you need to think about what changes you need to make. Whether that's with food, the things that you drink, the friends that you keep, your relationships, everything needs to be considered. And until we actually take time to do that, you are just living, going through the motions without any consideration to anything that you're doing. If you give power to the thoughts that you have, then that is how your life is going to be. And it takes a lot of time to stop those thoughts in their tracks and question what is actually going on. But I do encourage everybody to spend a little bit of time doing that before you eat, before you sit down in the evening, before you shout at your partner, before you tell your boss to piss off, before you go and take the frustration out in the gym. It's like, what's really pissing you off right now? What's got to you that's making you want to feel angry, to think that you are depressed, to think or feel that you're not worthy of anything, to think that your confidence is low. So many things you can change just by what you allow into your brain. And then you just got to make it happen. I've waffled on there, but ultimately, hopefully you can see that it comes down to you all the time. You have to put yourself first. You have to give yourself time to consider what you want, where you want to be now, next month, and in the future. And then answer the questions about how you're going to get there and what you need to do to make it happen. As always, if you need help, reach out. Otherwise, I'm going to leave that there. It was a quick podcast, just rambling really. Give it some thought. Let me know what you think. Bye.